Hello everybody, a wee bit overcast today, but today we're here at Stockingfield Bridge, and this is to do with the Clyde and Forth Canal. And there's a lot in here in Stockingfield Park that we want to show you as well.
I've dragged Bear down here because he started up there, but that's not the actual bit that we're going into. We're going to go in this way. Now, I'll just point out these lovely wee tiles here. I will tell you more about them a wee bit further down, but for now, come and see this.
Such a naughty bear, I know.
I'm what?
I'm what? No, I'm not. I'm a bear. I said I'm such a naughty bear.
Yes, you are a bear.
Deathicon.
Yeah.
Is that a...
Oh, bed.
It's a mattress. Only in this country, I'm telling you.
I know. It's crazy, isn't it?
Now is the bit where the yak comes in to gab about cars. We found this crusty, overgrown Rover 100, and that should be to say a Rover P4 100 from the research I've just done. Produced between 1959 and 1962, 16,521 units were made in those years, and it was originally powered by a 2.6 litre engine designed for whatever SUVs are designed for. I don't know, you tell me. I don't know what options these would have came with at the factory originally, but I can see that that one's missing its chrome grille that it would have had. So maybe someone's come and yanked that in the time that it's been rotting in here. I'm standing on what looks as if it's been like brick paving or something at one point. So I'm led to believe that it could be possible that this has been parked here maybe for something to do with the park, and it's just gone to disarray.
It looks like a big giant car plant pot now.
Yes, I suppose it does. Also, you might also have been able to observe that lamppost right there, next to that Rover right there, on this old road right here, with a filigree on top of it right there, that might have at one point been used as a gas lantern right there, with fire in it right there.
They don't make lovely pieces like that anymore yet.
No, I suppose they don't, do they?
I'm looking up to right along here.
Why?
Because there's some unusual sculpture, I suppose you would want to call it that. This is actually the park. It's 22 sculptures. We're a wee bit further in the park now, and you can see all these lovely mosaic tiles again. Now, these are all here. A lot of them have been made by the local primary school children in the area when this place was opened up for restoration in 2022. They've got all sorts of different themes on them, and you'll see this all around the park. As I had mentioned to the yak already, this forms part of the Stockingfield Art Project, and there are 22 such sculptures and scenes like this all the way around. This thing that we're going to see, it reminds me of something you might find in the night garden. Do you remember that programme when you were a little young?
Where's my boy Macca Packer?
Looks like something the Toddler Boos might have built.
Looks like something the Toddler Boos would live in.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Look, lots of, it's like wee coins all going up the side there. And see it looks as if it's maybe have like water or something like that, maybe.
Rainwater?
Like falling down the sides at one point.
That might just be drainage.
It's obviously floodlit, right? If they work, not sure.
It's got little mosaic tiles and whatever they are.
Yeah. This is one of the sculptures that is littered throughout the park.
Well, I have to say, the top being filled with ceramic tiles is odd but interesting. I suppose that is the point of this project, ceramics.
Ornate and interesting. restoration, something pretty to look at in the wilderness.
What a strange thing.
It is a very strange thing, but it's very pretty at the same time.
Well, anyway, the Tutifers have sung their song, so now we must go.
On to another park. Come with us.
And here we have an inscription written in Scots, read by a Scot, and it says in a quote, if you don't know how to read it properly, you went into the sponging shop and you get a job to do there. Some of it was hand painted, they made jugs, cups and saucers, plates, and the next room was the printing place. There was a gliding shop where they did the dishes gold and they filed it, and it came out glossy.
Now we're going to go and investigate the structure down here, which looks very nautical to me. What do you think, Yak? I think it looks like a big mast at the front of a boat.
How are you supposed to clarify nautical and architecture? Nautical's measurement.
Okay, so it looks very
Maritime.
shippy.
Maritime.
Maritime, is that the word? Okay, I stand corrected. Maritime. Let's go and have a wee look.
We're going to have a wee peek.
Peek. Look. Shifty. Heard that word before. Lots of acres.
Hilarious.
It's
One can certainly not miss the grandeur of the gigantic thick steel wires that support it. So I suppose, as the unicorn says, it is a bit like the mast in the bow of a ship or something.
There's a plaque here at the bottom of this big massive structure that says Many Hands Mosaic was produced by the Make It Glasgow CIC team, leading a design and partnership to try and apply leading on ceramic technology and cultural heritage and production.
It's also a wee tiny map of Maryhill and Postle on the sculpture. Pretty cool. Looks as if there's an old photo there as well, a little bit higher up, kind of sepia looking.
Oh, aye.
Wonder if that's like a ceramic print of an actual photo.
Grosvenor what?
Grosvenor, Glasgow.
It was a big hotel at one point.
Oh, they've got a North British Locomotive Company badge there as well, 1921. There's also a ceramic there for the Glasgow Magdalen Institution, which brings to mind the video we did not long ago of Lennox Castle, which was also a mental institution. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. Good cinematography and good architecture. Seems to be a young skater there, getting what looks like filmed by his pals, so Paris is a good place for skating as well, it seems. I say young fellow, he's probably about my age, to be fair. There he goes. Trying to do a grind. Whoa.
Well, you know what that means.
Pretty good, think that one.
Sore bones.
Right.
We're standing in the middle of what is called Stockingfield Junction. Now, this junction was a three-way split that was opened to allow traffic from the Forth Clyde Canal, which is what this is on, into the centre of Glasgow. And it was closed in 1962, and its restoration was opened by the completion of this bridge right here, which connects the communities of Maryhill, Gilsock and Ruckhill for the first time since the Forth Clyde Canal was built.
We will now invite the bear down so that we can point out the rest better.
Come, bear. Come here. Right, Yak. This is the Forth Clyde Canal that we're standing on, and in
We're standing above it.
Yeah, okay, we're standing above it. We're on the bridge now. The bridge was built in 2022. This bridge was built. But in 1777, as you can see, there's a 3-point kind of junction, which is called Stockingfield Junction, which was open to allow traffic from the Forth Clyde Canal to reach the centre of Glasgow, obviously Glasgow being the hub of the import and export system in those days. It was closed in 1962, and this restoration and the building of this bridge and all of the surrounding statues and stuff was completed in 2022. Now, this bridge is used by people from Rockhill, people from Maryhill, and people from Gilshill, and it's a very easy way for them to get from where they live into the city centre of Glasgow, avoiding all of the busy roads and traffic that they might have encountered in times gone by.
Certainly a lot easier getting across the canal than it is to swim.
And this is also part of another cycle route, which is Cycle Route 754.
The 7 bicycles continued with a 5-4.
Does that make it part of Cycle Route 7?
It's got a 7 at the beginning of it.
Technically, it's part of Cycle Route 7.
Technically, but it's called 7.
I think Bear was fishing for a sponsorship there. They kept chasing me around while I was trying to hide this bottle of not sponsored Mountain Dew.
Interestingly, we don't have any Monster today.
We don't actually have any Monster today. No.
It's all owned by Pepsi and Coca-Cola Co. anyway, though, so... I'm just saying. PepsiCo. Coke, I'm just saying.
Oh, look at this, Jack. This here is Bella.
That's Bella.
Bella the Beither.
I can't really tell.
I know, it's difficult, isn't it? To me, it looks more like a Chinese dragon than you think, but it's actually Celtic. Now you can look, we've got all these little mosaics everywhere as well, all covering our hair.
I like
these fishies.
Don't touch it. I do like the way that they've done all the patterns and stuff in their nose holes and that.
Come round here. This way. Yeah, come this way.
I'm observing it.
Come.
Unicorn's in a hurry to show me whatever's in her mouth, so let's see.
Look. See here through here. See the egg? Can you see an egg in there?
No, too dirty.
You can see,
Yes, I can see it.
That is an egg of hope. I don't know why.
Egg of hope?
I don't know why she gave.
Let them see the egg of hope. Can you see the egg of hope? Does it fill you with hope?
Actually, I think you can see a dead body in there as well. Oh! You see just off the left hand side, that looks like something else.
Oh, there's something in there.
Definitely something.
Most important. Anyway, why would a dragon have an egg of hope in its mouth? Do you not put things in your mouth before you're going to swallow them?
Maybe she's...
Is it going to swallow?
No wings. No fire. It's definitely a serpent. Definitely a serpent.
There's wax in there as well.
I know. Now, look at these tiles. They definitely have a theme with them. You've got all the fish. You've got the birds. And to me, that looks like the tree of life. What do you think, Ben?
That's a possibility.
And then more birds. I think that's a love heart. Don't know why that would be. I don't know why it would be on a big dragon. All the wee different pieces. There's this one here. I don't know what that's meant to be. This one. Definitely thematic of some sort. But
that is quite intricate, isn't it?
It is very intricate.
There you go, you're talking about wee hearts and stuff. Look.
Uh-huh.
See it there beside the star?
Yeah, this one there.
There's lots of wee designs on these tiles as well once you get closer to it. Like there's starfish and there's a cat. There's a man and a woman. Crustaceans of some kind, shells, there's a bike.
That looks like a constellation right there.
Yeah, there's
different stars around about it.
Yeah, well, imagination's a wonderful thing.
There's a dire warning here, folks. So if you ever come here for yourself to see this, you need to be careful because it says, do not climb on the Beither. Shh. You might wake her up.
Oh well, you've probably already woke her up screaming in her ears about the Egg of Hope, so...
This is also true. I like there's her name there, Bella. The dove of peace.
Oh, it's certainly a dove. Isn't it? It looks nice.
Scottish Opera.
What's that one there?
25th of March.
That's
With
an
a heart.
interesting one for you. Yeah.
That is interesting. Shoot on.
Fun fact, Bella is actually made of concrete and steel frame wire, and she's over 390 feet long, and you see bits of her up and down, in and out of the grass, all over the place, all around the bridge, all around the park. So if you ever come this way, come and have a wee look. Some of it's quite interesting.
Need to turn my brain off for a moment. Interjecting upon that, there's fish and things there that you can see, look at. There's lots of things other than what we showed you on Bella. Your brain's turned off right now. Okay, anyway, moving on. Loch Ahoy said no sailor ever on this. I don't know if you could even really call it a river, it's more like a broad, but anyway. Canal, broad, river. Boat flotation medium. There's this very old decrepit lock. Built in who knows what year. I don't see any inscriptions or anything, but judging by the mechanics I'm looking at, older than the bear.
Wow.
Pretty cool work in the teeth there. That are surprisingly not broken, despite its age. Most of it's missing now, so it's obviously not got its pull and stuff, but you can see the remnants of the old gear mechanism. As you can probably guess from the shape of it, this is the gate that would have swung out with these gear mechanisms out towards the big concrete slab yonder across the canal, aye. Keep forgetting that word. There's some visible gearing mechanisms underneath the mad pulley thing, so you can look at it in there. And to that, the ducks say, quack, got any grapes?
This side of the inscription says, written in the rain, old names rediscovered by mudlarks and magnet fishers, let loose like doves for ducats, stepping stones, skipping school, the way the world calls itself, by the slow running river, the strong flowing river, held in the sea streets, names draw you home. Now there's a whole lot more inscriptions on both of these, but I'm not going to read you anymore. Come and read them for yourself. This junction here is the first one. Now it would come from Forth Clyde Canal, and if you walk around this way, this one here actually takes you into the city centre itself. Now this one would take you back towards Bowling and Dumbartonshire. So this is the actual sort of like three split. And you can imagine it would have had loads of barges and stuff like that back in its heyday, all going into Glasgow.
This bridge is new.
Yes. 3 years old.
Feels very hollow.
It does.
Now that we've got a slightly better view of the frontmost cables attached to the mad bow looking thing, you can see there's 5 in total attached to the bridge, and there's also 5 on the other side there that you can't see. Combined with the other 2 up there makes 12. And the bear suggested that the mast makes 13. Dun dun dun.
Because that'll be, it's well concreted and probably supported by a steel or iron beams and all the way down into the ground.
I suppose it wouldn't need the beams, but it does make it look quite fancy.
Very interesting piece of engineering. The mast supports the bridge supports the mast.
Maybe.
Superb. Who created it?
The British Steelmakers Association.
They designed and engineered it.
They designed it, yeah, and they won an award for it.
Nice one.
Cool.
Unicorns, the brain of the department. Right, on you go.
Okay. Do you think this bridge brushes its teeth?
I don't know.
Apparently not. It's just got black.
Oh my goodness. Ah. Yeah. It's black and white. Oh yeah, joke. I reckon this plaque here has possibly been here since the start of the junction because it's one of those very old, very original ones, and it's from the Forth Clyde Canal Glasgow branch to the main line. And this way, over my right shoulder, Bowling is 9.5 miles away, and that way it takes you to Spears Wharf and Port Dundas, which are in pretty much the centre of Glasgow, which is 2.5 miles away. I always find these fascinating because they're just...
It's very old. Do you know what it reminds me of? Plaques like you get on the old railway stations, like Dumbarton Central, maybe even Glasgow Central. I've seen some there as well.
Like date back to the early 18th century, later 18th centuries.
Something we should all aspire to do.
What, more exercise?
Yes.
Great.
Here on the Forth Clyde Canal at Mary Hill, and underneath that, you can have signs for each of the 3 junctions that tell you where each of the junctions go to, the destinations that take you on Route 754, and also the mileages it takes you to get them.
754 bicycles in that one, yeah.
Yeah, there is.
I'm getting sick of looking for bicycles. Please stop.
Behind me is another lovely example of the mosaics that you find all over this park. And this one is done again by the children of the local primary schools and the local businesses. And it says, Lamb's Hill Stables shining a light on the community since 1815. That's quite a long time ago. What do you think there?
Yeah, it certainly is unicorn. Wow, over 200 years.
Mm.
There's also a memorial here to the Cather Pit mining disaster of 1913. Now obviously I don't personally know anything about the Cather Pit mining disaster, but I can tell that it was a mining disaster because there's illustrations of miners in the mosaic. Don't really know what happened, it could have been anything, but whatever it was, I'm sure it was horrible because it's been remembered in the mosaic.
Well, it's certainly good to remember things that have happened and to remember people.
It is.
Always remember history.
Oh, look what I have found, a rainbow. How coincidental is that? When I'm saying goodbye, I always say, happy rainbows, hope to see you the next time.
There's a happy rainbow right there. Well, I've got a perfectly good face, so cheery pipping faces.
I'm hungry. Can I eat the rainbow?
No,
No,
no good for you.
we'll get you something to eat now, we
I've
might.
got donuts.
We'll get you something to eat when
We've got donuts.
we've got donuts. We've done this.
Jam donuts.
Donuts, let's go, donuts.
Right,
Lovely to see you people.
right.
Thank you very
Like,
much for joining us.
share,
The bear's starving.
subscribe.
Bye bye.
See you in the next one.
Donuts.
Donuts.
Donuts. Donuts.
Do not do that.